Joel Delp, Tony's son. I guess I'm the third generation here at the farm.
He's the owner-operator and I'm the hired help. I'm Tony Delp, and my father's the one that started the farm in 1959. Well, I can start with, my father started in 1959, as I said. He planted 17,500 trees the first year, and then another 17,500 the second year. And he, I guess, enjoyed it so much that he just kept planting. And I think maybe it was more to keep me and my brother busy than it was for any other purpose. And from there, we've gone on and continued to plant trees. We got up to as many as 300,000 trees in the field, which is about 170 acres of trees. We did quite a bit of wholesale along with our retail, and also branched out into some shade trees of different varieties for nursery work.
We have pines and firs both. So with the firs, we have concolor fir and Douglas fir, a few Cayman fir. We've tried several others. We've got a few Korean fir and Turkish fir. They're about 12 years old and 2 feet tall, but they're surviving, I suppose. With the pines, we have eastern white pine, southwestern white pine, Scotch pine, Austrian pine, and other pines.
I think that's pretty much it.
We like the concolor fir. So I think it's a beautiful, beautiful tree, and has a nice citrus smell to the needles, and it's a really long-lasting tree. Unfortunately, it takes a long time to grow it to the size that we want to cut it for a Christmas tree, but it's our favorite.
Yeah, we've even had one in our house through February, and when we took it out, honestly, it didn't seem much different than when we took it in. And that's kind of typical with the concolor fir if they're taking care of it the right way.
My name is Aaron Yoder. I'm the nursery manager here at the Kansas Forest Service at our conservation seedling nursery, and I have been working with Tony and the Christmas tree growers for as long as I've been here, which is about 7 going on 8 years. But the Forest Service has been working closely with the Delps for much longer than that, for decades, since probably the 50s. I have found working with the Delps to be very informative for us at the nursery. With Christmas tree production, there are some pretty specific requirements that the growers are looking for, and the input that we've been able to get from the Delp family has been super, super helpful. Getting input from folks that have that much experience is invaluable. Being able to give Tony and the Delps a call and say, hey, how's this working out for you? How might we improve what we're doing? But that feedback is really critical, and we really appreciate it at the nursery.
We do have a gift shop with decorations. We make all our own wreaths. We have flock trees in addition to the green trees out in the field. We also have some small tabletop trees and tabletop trees that we flock different colors. We have a fire and a peanut barrel, and free peanuts for people to enjoy. And we also give them free hot apple cider. So I have about 20 different varieties of apples, but the main producers right now, or the ones that we have right now, are Fuji and Gold Rush. And we had a good Honeycrisp season, but I think we sold maybe our last Honeycrisp apples yesterday. So that's a process where we take a tree and we spray kind of it's a cellulose paper material onto the tree, and it looks like snow. So you can do white color like a natural snow color, and then flocking also can come in different colors. We do a lot of blues and reds and purples and what other colors are flocking? Green.
Lime green.
Pink is another popular one for a tabletop. So.
My name is Dave Bruton. I'm the Utilization and Marketing Forester for the Kansas Forest Service, and one of the groups that I work with is the Kansas Christmas Tree Growers Association. One of the things I've been most impressed with the Kansas Christmas Tree Growers Association over the years is their willingness to share information amongst the members. It really is a group that gets together. They learn from one another, share experiences, and Tony Delp and his family, his father, helped start the organization, and he still is one of those farms that people go to gather information. And again, the group is really good for sharing information amongst its members and helping each other work out their difficulties.
Well, I think it's good just to be able to visit with other farms, see what they're doing. Each farm, I think, has different things that work for them, but it's always interesting to see the different ideas. Talk about the problems you've had, marketing, how they do that. You know, there's just all kinds of areas that you can glean information from, whether you use it or not. It's just interesting to follow up on that.
Well, we have a front counter, so they come up to the front counter, and we usually give them a variety list that shows the different types of trees that we have and gives a description of the trees. We kind of explain the process. We tag our trees in the field that we want to sell, and on the price tag we give the size, the variety, and the price. And then we point them out to the field, and they get to go out and cut their tree and bring it back in, and we net it, and we shake it out and net it and load it up for them. So.
Well, most of our trees are still in the field, so they're a fresh tree. They know that. We do have a few that we get from North Carolina that are Fraser fir that are pre-cut. But no matter whether it's a tree that they cut out of the field or one that's pre-cut, when they take it home, they should cut off an inch or so off the trunk, put it immediately in water, and then be sure that they keep that stand filled with water. If they are standing up inside, they need to be sure that they stay away from heat vents, and even direct sunlight. It's better if they're not right in the direct sunlight. Family outing. I think that's probably the biggest thing, and the biggest thing that we hear from people. It's a time that they can go out with their family. They can wander through the field. Lots of room, especially if there's someone that's from the city. It's just a way to have an activity as a family. And so we really enjoy the families that are out. We have a lot of families that come back that their grandkids are coming with them now, and so it's fun to watch the different generations that come out. One thing we need to cover is that our wives are a big part of the farm. Joel's wife buys the decorations and does the decorating in the farm, manages the counter and the kids that work at the counter. My wife now has been demoted to just bow making, but she's made thousands of bows over the last 50 years. But she also, before Joel and Sarah moved back, was in charge of buying decorations and decorating and taking care of customers. So they're an important part, as well as our families. Joel has two brothers, and both of them grew up shearing and working on the farm. And one of them still has nerve enough to come back and help him shear trees. And Joel has two sons and a daughter, and they're both involved with selling trees, working on the farm, mowing, etc. So that's an important part. And we mentioned families coming out, but not just for getting a tree, but having a family operation where our whole family can work and do things together is just great.
We hope that you'll start a new family tradition by going to a local Christmas tree farm and cutting a fresh cut tree.